doing, guys? I just finished Man City nil, Arsenal nil, and I'm not going to sit here and moan that much because that's a great result for us at the Etihad. A fantastic draw. Let's get into the video. So, as some of you are aware, Arsenal did draw 0-0 at the Etihad against Manchester City. In my eyes, that's a great result, and I'm happy with that result. I'm just not happy with the performance. We looked slow today, we looked a bit off, and we looked a bit worried at times, a bit scared. And I think we've seen it. And I think we can know now how, you know what I'm saying? But yes, draw at the Etihad at the end of the day, and we're turning into City's bogey team at the moment. I cannot complain with that one bit. And for City, that's 2 points dropped. So it's as simple as that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and moan about the game because I can tell you now there is a bit to moan about. I'll speak about it, but I won't go into too much detail about it. But I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to criticise players for the wrong things they did, because we got a draw and I knew we deserved something out of this game, and we got something out of it. Unlike last season when we went up there and lost 4-1. That's the littlest I wanted. That's the fucking least I wanted today, was going up there, losing 4-1, and you're having a laugh, and you're sitting there thinking, Arsenal have done it again, they bottled the Premier League. Listen, the race is still back on. The race is still on. And the race will still be on. The race for the Premier League trophy will still be on. And it is gonna come down right to the wire. And yeah, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, the title. Liverpool won today 2-1 against Brighton. Huge win for them. That's a huge 3 points for Liverpool. They'll be delighted with our draw. They will be absolutely buzzing that Arsenal City have drawn. But I look at the fixtures midweek. Liverpool have got Sheffield United. We've got Luton. But City have got Aston Villa. Now, Liverpool, Sheffield United, don't get me wrong, that's Liverpool win 100%. That's a Liverpool win 100%. So Anfield as well as Sheffield United are not going to do us any favours, are they? They're going to get absolutely battered up there. Us against Luton, of course, I'll speak about that one more in the preview that will come out on Tuesday. That game is on Wednesday. And we've also got Man City Luton. I feel like that'll be an interesting game. I think it's on the same time as Arsenal Luton, so of course I'll be watching Arsenal Luton. But Man City Aston Villa, that seems to be a very interesting game, and the run into the Premier League is going to be very interesting this season, especially now with, you know, the fixtures still that have to be played. We still have to go to Tottenham away, United away, Brighton on Saturday, Aston Villa at home. We still got big games to coming up, and yeah, Liverpool's only big game is really United on Sunday next weekend, and that's really it. And then that's probably them done for the season. City have Aston Villa to play, so we still have the big teams to play. So, but at the same time, as they say, it's not over until it's over, and it's not over yet. Of course, I cannot complain. With that draw at the Etihad, I'm absolutely buzzing about the draw. I know I don't look it. It's just because it's been a long last day. It's Easter Sunday as well. I'm just after having my dinner, and it was a nice dinner. Roast dinner, beef, potatoes. I just want to say Happy Easter to everyone if I haven't already said it. But yeah, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting end to the season, and knowing that we're in the title race again, it's great belief. It really is, and to have a squad of this caliber and this momentum is second to none. It's absolutely brilliant for us, and I think keep this going, keep this rhythm going, and the end of the season could have a very, very crucial part to it. But yeah, Of course, City, they weren't at their best today either, if I'm quite honest with you. They didn't have Kyle Walker, but it didn't seem as it was a problem for them. John Stones was also missing, but he was on the bench. Nathan Ake goes off early for them, and I was sitting there thinking, yes, Rico Lewis is coming on. Gabriel Jesus can tear them apart. What does he do? Rico Lewis more or less gets the better of Jesus, and I'm sitting there thinking, how are you letting a 19-year-old pocket you like that? A 19-year-old who's barely played football all season. I mean, kudos to Rico Lewis. I mean, seems as he done a good job there to drop the likes of Gabriel Jesus off the ball. But yeah, listen, the performance wasn't great, but the result is good. And that, I think every Arsenal fan can admit that the performance wasn't great, but the result is good. The result is really, really good for us, and we can push harder, and we can go all the way this season, win the fucking Premier League, get as far as we can also in the Champions League as well, and big things can happen this season. But yeah, listen, without that said, let's get into the player ratings. David Raya, I thought he had a alright game today. I thought he was a little bit shaky at times, but it's every keeper sometimes has a bit of an off day. But I'll give him a 7 for his performance. Into the back four, Kiwior at left back, looked really shaky. It's a thing I want to get into actually. I know you might sit there and think, Kiwior look really shaky, this, that, the other. Oh, don't play this guy again this season. Listen, it's one game, right? It's one game. Give it a rest, man. Give it a fucking rest. I was saying to my mum, it's one game. You look at the stuff he's been doing since the Christmas break. He was involved in that 6-0 win at West Ham. He was involved in that 6-0 win against Sheffield United. So you know where I'm going. He was involved in that 5-0 win against Burnley. He was involved in half of that 3-1 win against Liverpool. What more can I say? Kiwior actually kept us a clean sheet up until half time. Tomiyasu came on in the second half, and I'll be fair, he did look better than Kiwior, but today Kiwior will get a 6. Gabriel centre back. Listen, this guy's just a monster, isn't he? He's just an absolute monster. Had little tossy turning with Erling Haaland, but yeah, of course, it's just Haaland being Haaland, isn't it? It's just, and at the end of the day, him and Saliba just keep pocketing Haaland, and it's just funny now. It's really funny. But Gabriel, he'll get an 8, and alongside him, William Saliba, who got player of the match for Sky Sports. I'll get into my player of the match in a minute, but don't get me wrong, Name me a centre-back in England. Actually, no, fuck it, screw that. Name me a centre-back in world football right now who's better than William Saliba. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is no one. Saliba is the best centre-back in the Premier League. You could look towards last season and think Ruben Diaz, yeah, fair enough. Early on in the season, Virgil van Dijk, fair enough. But right now, it's William Saliba. You can't be like, oh, but you can't be saying that it's Saliba, this, that, the other. Listen, if Saliba was playing for your club, you'd be saying the exact same thing about him. If you don't say Saliba is the best centre-back in the Prem, one, you've got no ball knowledge. One, you've got no ball knowledge. 2, you don't watch Arsenal, or you don't watch Saliba. And 3, do you even know who Saliba is? It's as simple as that. Saliba will get a 9 for his performance. Into my player of the match, Ben White, I thought he was exceptional. I really did, and I hope Gareth Southgate was up there. Fucking fraud. Fucking fraud. I hope Gareth Southgate was up there and rethinking, why didn't I pick Ben White for the England squad? Yeah. Shut your mouth now, Gareth Southgate, you wanker. But yeah, Ben White, I thought he had a relatively fantastic game. He kept the likes of Phil Foden quiet, and not a single shot on goal for Phil Foden. How much Ben White pocketed him. He's my man of the match. Ben White gets a 9. Into the midfield, Jorginho, I thought he was really quiet. He didn't. It wasn't the Jorginho performance that we've been all gassed up about all season. It's not the Jorginho performance that won us games a couple weeks ago. But it was just a nice, calm, you know, Jorginho performance. But it wasn't the same Jorginho performance, of course. But, you know, you can sit there and think, oh, this, that, and the other. If you've seen what this man has done for us this season, it's been brilliant. And but listen, Jorginho, he'll get a 7 for me. Next to him, Declan Rice, I thought had a decent enough game. Wasn't his best, wasn't his worst. I thought Declan Rice, he was probably our best midfielder. The best in terms of the midfield anyway. He held up the play fantastically, and we saw it now. We see what Declan Rice is made of, and we see what kind of gravy he is. He's different gravy, but yeah, listen, what can I say about him? Declan Rice will get an 8. And Odegaard as well, I mean, this guy just keeps playing off passes, and it's like the Odegaard we were seeing at the start of the season. The slow Odegaard, the one that just lost all of his control. He got back into the game and with about 20 minutes to go. I'm thinking, why are you getting back into it with 20 minutes to go? You should be doing that the whole fucking game. But at the same time, he's just come back from a big international break with Norway. So to come back here and get a result like that, and 0-0 draw, is superb. In the attack, Saka on the right, he was poor. He was poor. He gets a 3. Limped off injured though, actually, as well. Now, I don't know how to feel about that him limping off injury, because, you know, he cut out the England cap saying it was a precaution, but we've got a game in this Sunday in 3 days' time. We've got a game in 3 days. I think we should give Saka a bit of a rest against Luton. We should give, you know, players a chance. Saka was poor. He gets a 3. Jesus on the other side, I thought he was poor as well, but he did look a bit lively at times. But I give Jesus a 5. I thought he had chances, he missed them. He kind of messed them up a bit, but it is what it is. He went back to his old ground, and yeah, he looked a bit scared, if I'm honest with you. He'll get a 5, and up front as a striker, false 9, whatever you call it, Kai Havertz. He'll get a 4. We move on. Into the subs, Tomiyasu, I thought, come on, looked a completely different player. That left-hand side was being controlled by Tomiyasu, and we've seen it as well. Kirill was a bit rusty at times. Tommy comes on, sorts things all out, you know, knows Zinchenko as usual. Well, as I say, as usual. Tomiyasu was given the chance, and he came on and done well. So, yeah, I'm not really going to sit there and complain about it, but yeah. Thomas Partey came on as well. I don't really think he had much to do. Partey will get a 5. Trossard won. Martinelli they'll also get a 5. They weren't really on for that long. So yeah, listen, that's gonna be it for the player ratings. Listen, I'm quite happy with that result, if I'm quite honest with you. A 0-0 at the Etihad. I'm not gonna complain about that. I'm seriously not gonna complain about that one bit. But all we can do now is move on to Wednesday night. Luton at the Emirates, back at our ground, back under the floodlights, and yeah, we hope for the 3 points there. So yeah, if you're new around here, hit the like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you lot soon. Up the Arsenal.